Hello and welcome to today's webinar. Today we are focusing on Foxit PDF SDK 9.0 as well as PDF Conversion SDK, our PDF to Office conversion solution, which is now available as an add-on with PDF SDK or as a standalone itself. My name is Connor and I'm joined by my colleague Albano, and I will introduce us in a couple of slides. For the structure of this webinar, I will be introducing Foxit briefly before running through our new collaboration feature and some other highlights from this release. Then I will be handing over to Albano for a run-through of Foxit PDF Conversion SDK, which will be followed by a Q&A at the end. There are chat boxes on screen, so feel free to type any questions in there and we'll get to them at the end. So who are we? My name is Connor, as mentioned. I work in product marketing. Albano Mora is the Senior Product Line Manager at Foxit. Who are Foxit? We are the second largest PDF solution company globally. Our three main products are Foxit PDF Editor, Foxit eSign, and Foxit PDF SDK. We have over 700 million users worldwide and work with some of the biggest companies, some of which you can see on the right side of the screen now. We also have a variety of licensing options depending on your need to get needs to get your applications to market faster. And I'll quickly run through just an overview of what our PDF SDK offers. So first up, we have edit PDFs. This enables you to directly edit PDF content, so text, images, and shapes, and more within a PDF. Next, we have advanced forms, which allows you to securely capture, process, and output information, as well as simplify your data sharing and availability with XFA forms. Measurement is great for use cases that require you to measure distances and calculate areas within drawings, as a good example there. With redaction, you can programmatically search and censor sensitive information for generally legal or security purposes. This can help you to achieve full compliance with smart redaction. You can discover patterns within files and then create automatic rules to redact specific data. When it comes to annotations, then you can programmatically show or hide fields, add some conditional logic. You can create interactive elements and much more with just a few lines of code. Plug our forms into your database to automatically pre-populate them or automatically update databases upon form submission. You can also import or export XFDF, FDF, and JSON data too. Our digital signatures then enables you to validate contracts and authenticate documents with customizable electronic signatures that adhere to worldwide standards, with options then for signatures at page level, document level, or PDF forms level. Collaboration is a feature we've recently added a major enhancement to and allows you to collaborate with colleagues on the same PDF in real time. So you can add annotations out in the field or wherever it suits you and get instant feedback. And that's something I'll be running through in a moment. And then finally, our PDF Conversion SDK enables you to perform complete Microsoft Office suite file conversion from PDF with consistently excellent rendering experience. So we support all major platforms and languages based on the same core API. So whether it's web, desktop, or mobile, we've got you covered. And then with that, I will now show you the new collaboration demo. Okay, so I have my browser open here, and then as you land on this page, you can choose to upload a file or just skip this step completely and use the preloaded file in the browser. So I'm going to hit skip for this and just use the default file. You can also go up to the top left and look at your file list. So we have this purple PDF that you can see in the background, and there's also another option then. I will just open. So I will then now go back to the first file, and your files will appear there as you upload them. I will just zoom out a little bit here. And then this is our new collaboration feature that we've added within PDF SDK 9.0. So at the top, you can see the UI. You can, I'll scroll down and just make some changes, and then we will grab a link to share, and then we can see in real time how this looks. Add this here. I'm going to add some highlighting. Next line, I'll just do this squiggly, which just adds a squiggle below. Then we'll do some underlining, the next one. And next we have the strikeout, so it just adds a line to your text. And then finally the insert text. It just adds a line to wherever you're trying to highlight within the document. So we've added a few different things to this PDF. Now we'll just add in a note, and it'll bring up all of our different notes that we have for this document. So I'm just going to type in test May 3 and just hit publish. And then that is now accessible here. You can move this around anywhere within the document. I've added a few different, I've made a few different changes within this file now. So what I'm going to do is go up to, I'll just close it off first. I will go up to the share, accept the privacy policy, hit create, and then you get a shareable link. Now you can stop the share at any time. You have control over whether it's just invited people or if anybody with the link is able to control that, and then you can monitor and control over whether someone can view or just comment on and make changes to the file. So I'm going to copy this link, open up a new tab, paste this in. Scroll down to here, and now you can see all of the different annotations that I've added to this page are now viewable. So if I click on this, it will show me the different types of note style. I can edit this if I want to. It'll show me everything else within there that we've just added. And then you, on the right side of the UI, you can see the note styles. You can arrange, center, whatever you want to, change the alignment, and so on. Let me just close that off, and then I will close this, and then you will be able then to add whatever else you want to this PDF. So let's just go down a little bit further and add a couple of different things, like a text box. 3. That's been added. I will bring up the first instance of this, and then if we scroll down, we can see that we have the test call out that we've just added, or sorry, the text box that we've just added. This applies for everything else then. So if I want to draw a polygon, for example, or just do it. This I can now go over, and then let me just place that, and it appears on our other version instance of this PDF. And you can see then that that's me that's added it there, and my colleague as well is also within the file. Other elements then, so we have the pencil. So just as it sounds, you can add whatever lines you need to, and they will show instantly. Eraser then, if you wanted to fix anything within this, you could do so. And again, you can see it's all in real time. It's all very instantaneous. Area highlight then, if I go down, highlight a different area, it'll just have it like this. You can also add multiple areas, and if you wanted to delete one because for whatever reason, you can just hit delete within the UI. Measure then, so if we measure a distance, we can select 2 different points, and then depending on your scale ratio that you can set up here, you can say perhaps 6.31 inches is equal to whatever it might be, whether it's 6 meters or 6 feet or whatever measurement you want, a scale you want to use there, you're able to. Then we have stamp finally. So you have dynamic stamps, sign stamps, and then standard stamps. So I can just add this one, reviewed, add it to this document here. And you can also see the different annotations that Albano is currently adding to the document and seeing them then in real time. So we've stamped this document now. And that is mainly it for this new annotation feature. I quickly give you a look then at the latest release. So you can, if you go to developers.foxit.com, navigate to the top, to news and then hit on latest release, you'll see all of the main highlights, main features from this release for desktop and web. I've run through the collaboration feature, PDF Conversion SDK, which is our PDF to Microsoft Office Suite file conversion solution. That is now available. It was originally released in January as a standalone, and it's now available within the SDK as a add-on. There's a few other areas of interest within here that you can take a look at, and if you go to this page as well, you can also access the changelog, which will just detail everything in one line if you want to go on there and search for any particular thing. And with that, I will now hand over to Albano, who will run through PDF Conversion SDK.
Thanks, Connor. I was actually going through the collaboration as well because I wanted to test the latency on this kind of scenario, which is good. We're already sharing the screen and on a live sample, which is really cool. So and I thought it was really good. I think the latency was good. I felt that yeah, my user was able to quickly use the file at the same time as yours. And yeah, the other thing that I was noticing from that is that you were able to actually create an OAuth and log into it with your own account into the collaboration section, like I did in that case. But that's a really cool feature as well to have because yeah, most of the people were actually authenticating with the collaboration section, able to use that, which was really cool. So, but okay, so let's go to the product at hand, which is Conversion SDK. I think we've been working a lot of this product, and even though this webinar is only showing, I mean, we're on the early stages of this product. This is version 1.2, so it's the second iteration that we had from the original first release. We're really happy with the results so far, with the performance and the way it's performing against when we're benchmarking to the competitors. A question that is very commonly asked about it is, do we use any external dependencies? Do we use any external engines? And the answer is no, we don't. That's one of the key things about the product, is that it is completely based on our own technology and our own core engine. So that makes us even more proud of the fact that it is working really well and performing well in the first iterations of the release. So you can trust that this SDK is going to be completely independent from any external dependencies when it comes to the engine conversion. And you can really trust the technology and the support and engineers behind the actual solution. They'll be able to find solutions for your problems really quickly because, this is something that we develop ourselves. And it is in the core of our technology, and it will be consistent with all of our other products. And, when I unpackage, if you are an SDK user, you'll see that it is also very consistent with the SDK user experience and everything else that comes with that. There are some other features as well that I want to talk about a little bit, but let's just kind of show first, show everything that has to be shown and unpackage those products real quick. Kind of, we can see my screen, right? Just to make sure that
Yep, we can see everything.
All right, perfect. Okay, so I'll start from the actual open what we have so far in our own channel about the actual product, and then go towards an unpackage and more of like a technical overview of the SDKs. I'll just quickly open up Conversion SDK, and we can just have a look at we actually have a product page. So we support PDF to Word, Excel, and PowerPoint conversion at this stage. Quickly integratable. We have the live SDK demo, which I'm going to showcase now. We have, like I said, this is the first iteration of this product. There is a lot that we still want to do. There is a lot in the roadmap. Quite excited for the things that are coming for that product. And I'll talk a little bit about that, but I'm just, this is the start of very advanced set of features where we're going to look at other types of conversion. We're going to look at advanced properties and other ways to interact with the objects with the conversions so that you have the capability of doing a lot more than just convert the file if you wish to. The idea of creating this SDK, these SDK examples is really to attach whoever's using the SDK the ability to work with what you already have in your project, in your objects, and use the conversion that way. Be it to just have a conversion feature on your app, or be it to actually interact with your PDF objects or whatever you're doing in your application, to be integrated into that conversion process, which I think a lot of users will have a lot of use cases that could fit into that. So in the SDK demo, that's one of the cool things we did, because obviously the SDK is a command line application, but we created a sample inside our web SDK demo. That's something that's available. It's live for all of our users to look at. So if you don't have an account, if you're in a trial stage, you can actually look at this as a way to showcase the quality of the conversion. I'm gonna convert the file that I have at hand quickly. Let me open the file first, so that we know what it is. And this is the file that I want to use for the rest of the presentation. So you can see we have one of our dev guides, but we just shorten it to have a few images and some footers and headers, different types of formatting, and then we have a table here, and some code samples wrapped up. So I want to see all these objects kind of be translated into the Office formats without losing the quality and the formatting and the positioning of the page and fixing output for everything we want. So let's convert this one to Word using our web demo. Currently, it's coming out with my Word version, but the file is here. It's converted correctly. Okay. That's fine. In any case, I think there's something on my local version of Word that's preventing me to open it. But in any case, you can see that we have the demo open here. We have the demo open here, and you can access it anytime and test it yourself. The cool thing, the other cool thing about this project is that this project is actually open in GitHub, so you have access to fork this code and use it on your own space. So the entire project is actually available, but the conversion project is within the examples page. You have conversion here, and this is actually the complete JavaScript solution that is also adapted to the React and TypeScript project. But as you can see, you have the source here of the SDK. This is a JavaScript file here that has the conversion capabilities, and there's a lot more. So you can grab this project from GitHub, open up on your own client, and use the UI version, customize it as you wish. It will all be customizable as a React application. So that's another really cool feature that I think contributes a lot to make this easier for people who are building applications or people who just want to integrate something quickly and don't want to spend a lot of time creating their own custom UI. You can just use this as well if you're looking for our end user application kind of front end. Again, these are all available. I think we'll send all these documentation to you if you attended the webinar. But like I said, it's available for use by any customer anytime. It's alive, and it's constantly updated with our our releases. Okay, so this is the high view outside look of the SDK. I will go in and show you a little bit the packages and what's in the packages. What are we working with here? What are the options and what else can you do? So let's open it up. I have already pre-created a lot of these projects and installed them because you don't want to build Node.js modules in the code because sometimes it might take time in fixing issues, but it's quite simple to build. There's not too much secret on it. You just we have a node package that you need to include. That node package is called, just gonna put it on the screen here real quick, but very basic Node.js include. So it's Node package manager, install, and we have our node module with the node conversion. That's with JavaScript, which is what I'm looking at now. And it's quite easy to set up. I'm going through JavaScript first because obviously I was showing the web view demo, and that's a JavaScript application. But like I said, I've built a lot of these ahead of time just to prevent any issues that might come. I want to show the Node.js example and the .NET example. Those are two languages that I think will be good to showcase here and easy to set up. Let's go through Node.js first. Install. And as you can see, the file structure here, all the PDF to Office is inside the examples folder. That's the same structure that we have for all the SDKs. We always have documentation, examples folder. Inside the examples folder, we normally have an input files folder and an output files folder. That's the logic that we have. Obviously, this is all customizable, and you can choose to do however you want. I'm just showing that there is a consistency between the way we build these SDKs and the conversion SDK is part of that. So you can trust that you have the similar user experience for that. And inside the PDF to Office folder, you have the JavaScript file that controls the usage of the conversion SDK. I'll just quickly run through all of these, but we have two ways of converting files. One of them is through the paths. The other one is through the streams, and that gives users the custom. If you want to have a more customizable and more dynamic programmatic scenario, you can use the stream type conversion. If you just want to have a more simple or you don't really interact with the streams, you can just use the path conversion. That's going to be simpler. Actually, the web viewer demo only uses the path conversion, as you can see here. So we're just passing a file through the conversion, and then as you can see, the JS file. We only have the options of converting to the path. Pretty sure. We only have the convert callback. We don't have the stream custom stream conversion. In any case, so like I said, we have custom convert callback. We have a custom reader for the stream, custom stream callback, and then we have a bunch of other prep and write and read files. But basically, like I said, consistent user experience. You will have the usual SDK block of license key, and then you have the library initialization process, which is consistent with all the other SDKs. It works exactly the same way. We're going to declare the input and output directories, and in this case, for this webinar, I'm not going to create a programmatic file input, but obviously we are hard coding it here to make things easier, and that's how the demos work, to make as easy as possible for anyone to test it. But you obviously can create a dynamic variable here where you will have the file, and you can create in any sort of scenario, such as a file upload API where you're grabbing the request and you're printing the file path from the request inside this, and you can dynamically change whatever you use for the conversion. But in this case, we just hard coding to make it simple. Again, we have an input and output directories. These are the other ones, and we have the PDF to Office setting data, which is one of the entry points for options that we have in the SDK. I want to showcase here one of our cool features, and I think this is one of the ones that really showcase the potential that this library has. We have our own AI engine and machine learning recognition, layer recognition in the SDK. That layer recognition is responsible for a lot of the features in PDF Editor and all of our other products, such as run form field recognition, which is a feature that scans through the file and shows you all the potential form fields and create those form fields programmatically, including adding labels and the names of the files based on a pre-existing file. Other options such as the accessibility options, such as auto tagging, accessibility reports, and tagging and full checks. These are all options that come from the layer recognition engine. And again, this is something that we've done internally. This is our technology. It's not using an external dependency, right? But back to what we were saying, the PDF to Office setting data is the class that holds some of these options. And I want to showcase you are able to enable the AI layer recognition inside your PDF to Office settings by setting this to true. Currently false here, but it's true. And when that happens, we're going to use the table recognition, the layer recognition, to create tables from borderless information, right? So that means that just like with the form automatic form recognition, it's going to recognize objects in the page that don't have borders as table objects as well, if they're structured in a way that it looks like a table, or it can be recognized as a table. Yeah, so that's a really cool feature, which we will continue to work on and improve new AI-based features. I think Foxit has been doing a lot of AI-based technology features now. We just had an integration of ChatGPT with our PDF Editor cloud, which is a really interesting feature that's going to continue to be used. So that's something to look for. But this is the class that you instantiate to create these settings, and also we have Poppy to grab some data from the Microsoft Office type setting options. And then again, consistent with our SDKs, we have a block here where we perform the conversion. You just pass the PDF path and the setting data, the name of the callback that you're using to work. That's a path conversion. Let's comment here. And then below that, we have the block where we have the string conversion, where you actually are creating a custom string callback as well, along with custom reader callback, and you're actually loading all these files to that reader callback to be checked by the application, for the stream to be digested by the application before you actually convert. And that gives you a lot of other options on how to operate after that, right? So you can really control. These classes are all these are native classes in a lot of other technologies which you can use. So let's just run this and see the output. Hopefully, I won't have the same issue with the Office. So the way to actually run it is, obviously, we're just going to run it right off we're going to open up a terminal here, and we're going to CD to we're going to CD into the PDF to Office a folder. So this one, like I said, it shows the examples, and this is the JavaScript file. We're just going to run that JavaScript file. We have the input folder here. It has that file that I showcased before. Obviously, nothing on the output files yet. Let's just run this. So pretty quick conversion. We consider that we're working on six different types of conversion. And as you can see here, you have the resulting files. Let's look at the PowerPoint file. So as you can see, it maintains the sizing. It maintains the actual objects, so you can actually see that the text is really well converted and it's still structured. Remind you, this is coming from a PDF, where the data is not structured in a way that easily goes through. It's not a Word document or HTML page. Again, we have the images, easily customizable, drag them around, all very well structured. The fonts maintained, quality of the fonts and the spacing and everything. The tables maintained pretty much seamlessly. Pretty sure we can drag these across, change the table elements. You can always clean up the conversion, anything that's like not perfect. It's always easy to clean, but you can actually modify that. It really is a table. It's not just an image. It's all editable. All the footers are maintained. See, the footer here is working properly. The hyperlinks are maintained. Everything is working as expected. So yeah, very seamless conversion. Like I said, we're very proud of the results that we're getting with these. Let's have a look at the Word document. Yeah, the Word document, this one working. Again, quite similar experience. Potentially, I think the font conversion is even better on this because Word has a better font support and text display. So I think it's even better structured than it was before. And yeah, the table is also displayed correctly. Text is editable normally. Elements are correctly placed. Yeah, again, really good conversion, quality, and speed. Now the question is, does that table translate into Excel correctly, considering it is an image-based, not image-based, but PDF-based table? Let's have a look at that. Again, obviously it is translating and converting everything, so it will convert other elements, but for the sake of the example here, let's just actually look at everything. It even attempts and creates cells, adds the text into the cells correctly, which is quite a good user experience if you think about it. But when we go into the table, like as you can see, the table is correctly formatted. All the cells are in the correct place. Yes, we might have a little graphics difference here, but if we copy this, create a new table, as you can see, it's perfectly formatted, and we can interact with this formatting. Filter it, everything works perfectly. So as you can see, from a file that is not really an Excel file, that the engine did a good job of actually recognizing everything, putting that into a correct formatting of an Excel table. Same thing for this guy here. All the data is placed correctly. The text was correctly. There's no There might be a little spacing, but other than that, it's pretty good user experience. Quite happy with this. You can just clean this up. I mean, there's so many use cases that you can think of, like if you're receiving a presentation or a quarterly report in PDF format, and you want to put that into an Excel table and quickly look at the numbers and actually do some calculations. That's easily done through the engine. That's something you can provide to your users as well. All these insurance, finance use cases can apply here, as many other more. But yeah, the quality of the conversion in a PDF file is pretty good. Close this. So as you can see, this PDF to Office JavaScript little module here has a few other options, but you know it's pretty straightforward and understanding. So this will be a case of you grabbing this PDF file, customizing it into your own space, be it React or Next.js or whatever it is you're using, and like I said before, getting the file handle that you have in your application and customizing the actual path format here, or the string, of grabbing the string from the file and actually passing that along to the custom string callback in this case, or to the source PDF path variable, create a dynamic variable, and then you can just upload files and use that as you wish. Then I'm just going to quickly showcase the .NET version, which is a platform that I quite like to use as well. A bit different than JavaScript, because obviously .NET already has a lot of package dependencies already sorted out. As you can see, the libraries are here, the same format as we usually have in our SDKs. Documentation is available here. And you have the examples, just as we had before, but you have the Visual Studio options, project solutions in the package as well. Let's just pop 2022 open. We have versions to 2010 to 2022. We have extensive support for Visual Studio versions, so that's also pretty interesting for people using applications running on older platforms. Again, pretty similar, exactly the same code, just more organized in the .NET structure. And we have the main here where we have all the conversion options as well. Same kind of flow. Let's just run this, make sure that everything is working in the command line application. And check the results. Like I said, I've already built all of these so that we don't have to go through any issues. But again, pretty simple to build and to run. You just have to have your license key, and the package should be easy to use all at once. Again, same flow. All the files are here, converted, same quality. Make sure everything is the same. And yeah. Again, I have the part from the GitHub project here as well. We can look at the examples, conversion. So we do this. You can pop this one open as well, and you can also use this one as a way to convert files. It has a few more dependencies because it's obviously connected to the main web SDK demo. It is more connected so in this case here, like for this file, it actually is doing all the dynamic programmatic file control. Like as in, it will capture the you will capture the file name from you'll capture the file name from the upload form field and the file field in the upload page, and you will use that as the conversion path for the file. So if you look at this here, starting with Word, source PDF path is programmatic with the directory name, static file uploads, get directory name, and then there's a JavaScript dynamic option here that's adding the document, the file name to the conversion before it actually is converted. In that case, it will pass a dynamic file name. And this is a project that is available for using GitHub as well, so you can see that yourself. And use that as that example if you wish to do that in your own JavaScript application. And I think that was all for me. I hope this clarified a little bit about the library itself and gave you a bit more information about all the options we have available. And looking forward to listening to what the customers have to say and to hopefully having a bit some good feedback on this. And like I said in the start, this is something we just started doing, so there will be a lot more for this library. And I hope you as a customer come along and look at the options that we'll have, everything that we have planned next. So I'm going to pass it back to Connor now. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, great stuff. Thanks for the detailed run through, Albano. We have a few questions that I'll go through now. If you have any more, please ask them in the chat box. The first question we have is PDF Conversion SDK available for Linux? So we currently offer it on Windows and web, and we're working on a Linux solution. What versions of Node.js do you support?
So Node.js, I can get that one. Node.js is, for JavaScript, Node.js is available from version 8 to 18. Node is about to release in June version 20, which is the long-term support version, which we're planning to support that version as soon as it comes out. So we are currently waiting for next month where Node's going to create the long-term support. Because version 19 is now long-term support. So we'll wait until then to actually support version 20 and then support the long-term version.
Sounds good. Next one is, can you post a link to the demos? Yeah, so all the links to the different materials that we've shared in here will be sent out in an email after this webinar. And then the final question is there a free trial for this? So for PDF SDK, there is a standard 30-day free trial that you can access on the developers.foxit.com website. You can navigate to the free trial page and you can get your 30-day free trial there. For PDF Conversion SDK, which is what Albano ran through, we have a free trial that is 14 days. So again, if you navigate to developers.foxit.com, you can go then to the PDF Conversion SDK product page, and then you will be able to access a 14-day free trial. I think that's mainly it. As mentioned, if you have any questions on this or another use case for PDF SDK or PDF Conversion SDK, get in touch with us on the website at developers.foxit.com. You'll get support from real developers at Foxit to get your project up and running as quickly as you need it. Thanks again for attending, and we look forward to seeing you at the next webinar.
Thank you.